Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by to check out the video. So today we have a fix-it project. The backstory on this is my son's girlfriend, who bought a house a little over a year ago, is in the process of fixing a few things up. And more recently, she has decided she wants to put a dishwasher in her kitchen, which currently doesn't have one. So I suggested, because she is on a budget, that maybe she consider getting a used one, picking one up off Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So I set out to look for something, and I found a dishwasher, a Bosch, no less, and not a very old one, that was listed for 50 bucks. And the caveat was it had a leak. And it said that the leak was around where the water line goes into the dishwasher. So I did a little research, and research told me that that is most likely a water inlet valve, which is a really cheap repair. So I decided to contact the seller, offer them 40 bucks. They accepted. I went and picked it up, and now I've got it sitting here in my garage, and we're going to dig into it and see if I'm right about that water inlet valve, and make a repair and hopefully get this thing ready for an install later. So let's go check it out. All right, so here's the dishwasher, and you can see there we have a Bosch, and it's actually a pretty nice dishwasher. It's all stainless steel interior, and it's actually in remarkably good condition as far as the just the overall physical appearance of it. I've looked kind of at the guts of it as well, and everything looks pretty decent. So I am hopeful that that water inlet valve, or the water leak, is the only thing that is really wrong with this. So I guess the first thing we should do, and by the way, this is just to give you a sense of the model, that is the model number right there. And that model number of Bosch, let me go look that up and see what that corresponds to, and see if we can maybe figure out how old this is. Okay, so what I did determine is that the manufacture date is April 2015 on this dishwasher. So I don't think it saw a lot of heavy use, though. I mean, it's looking at the gaskets and everything around it, and just the overall kind of areas where you can tell if they've seen a lot of use, and it just doesn't look heavily used. So even though it's about 10 years old or so, again, I don't think it's been used heavily. So with that said, let's get on with the process here. Now, I have not plugged this in. It actually has just a regular plug, so that's going to make it easy for us to test. We have the water line here, and I'll come up with some sort of an adapter and where I can connect a water hose up to it for a water supply. And then of course we have the drain hose, and I'll just use a 5-gallon bucket. We'll literally test this sitting right up here on the table. But I don't want to do that until I've gotten into it and looked to see if in fact the water inlet valve is the culprit, and that is where that supply line screws on right there. So what we're going to do is turn this thing around. We'll get some light on the subject, and we'll dig into that and see if we can remove the water inlet valve and inspect it, because again, that's what I'm suspecting. Maybe it's got a crack or something like that in it, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so I think the first thing we have to do here is unscrew the supply line. Pretty straightforward. Get that out of our way. And this little panel, well, it looks like there's maybe a tab right here that if we press up, maybe this will come out. Well, let's see here. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right. Oh, interesting. Wonder if that could be some of the issue. These clips that hold the water line onto that, although it doesn't look like it slipped off, but anyway, that should be up on that water line there, but it's not. And let's see, this plastic piece probably slips off. There we go. Let's set that out of the way. All right. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute here. Hang on, let me reposition the camera because I see something else that looks not right. Okay, so I'm seeing, so this is the water inlet valve, but I'm seeing something right back there that's just dangling down. Let me see if I can reach in and grab that. Oh, bizarre. I think that is actually part of the water inlet valve, which may go right on the end here. Well, that would certainly explain a leak. There's one way I can find out. I actually have gone ahead and ordered a new water inlet valve because I was that confident that that would probably be the culprit. So let me go get the water inlet valve that I ordered, and we'll compare it and see. Okay, so this is the water inlet valve that I ordered. I got this off Amazon. And just in the event somebody out there watching has a Bosch dishwasher and it's leaking, and you think it might be this, I've put the a link to this valve in the description below. So, and I can tell you, just looking at this right here, this is the piece that was just dangling inside, and it has become disconnected from the plastic part of the valve body. So we can say for sure that is a bad valve. So, and for what it's worth, this replacement valve, it's an aftermarket version, but and it was, I think they're about 15, 16 bucks, something like that. So they're not expensive. But I guess what we can do is go ahead and just get the all of this removed and start the process of putting in the new valve. We can at least get that done. Once I have that done, I'll feel more comfortable about plugging this thing in and firing it up and doing a test on it. So let's proceed to taking the old valve off. All right, so I think what I want to do for starters is carefully, let's see here, look at this. See how this, okay. So we should be able to pull this back. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay. So we have that piece of the old valve off. Now, we don't have to worry about loosening that because that's already loose. We just have to get this plastic body and this piece of hose right here disconnected from one another. So let me grab a pair of pliers and we'll see about see what we can do to make some progress on that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're getting this off. Oh, let's see. Oh boy. Let's see what we can accomplish. Oh, I'm making progress. Oh, yes. Okay, so with that off, we can put our new valve in. All right, let's see. Okay, I think that's all the way up there. Let's see if we can get this clip. That looks pretty good. We'll figure out the other end of that in just a moment. Now, let's see, where did our, there it is. I think that's going to go just like that. Okay, that looks okay. Now, we'll just kind of do everything in reverse here. All right, I'm happy with that. We'll go ahead and just make sure, how does that look? Yeah, it looks okay. Don't see anything concerning there. Go ahead and all right. Well, replacing that valve was not a difficult process. Certainly troubleshooting it was not a hard thing. It was obvious. All right, let's go look at the other end of where that line goes to, because there was that other clip that was loose. So let me reposition it and we'll go figure out what's going on there. Okay, so I think this is the other end of the line. Here is our clip. It's so weird that those are not connected. Whoops. Let me see here. I just want to grab that and squeeze it. Bring that up there. Okay. I believe that takes care of the inlet valve repair. So, I think what I want to do next is, I'm looking at this and wondering if, I don't know that we need to do anything there. Well, I think I'm ready to at least just test this thing and see what it does. So let me go gather up a few odds and ends that I'm going to need to do that with, and I'll bring you right back. I've got a few things that I've gathered up here. One, so we have, this is the supply line, the end of it that would connect to a valve underneath, like the sink area in your kitchen. What I have is this little device, and this is going to allow me to show you here in just a second. So we'll connect that device right there, and then I have my water hose, and this other end will just screw right onto the water hose. And that's going to give me a temporary water supply to be able to test this thing. I'll need to tighten this down just a little bit, so we'll come back to that in just a moment. The other thing is our drain line. So I have a bucket, and what I'm going to do is just set the drain line down in the bucket, and that'll give us sufficient there. And then of course I have an extension cord that we will plug this into. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn on the water supply to this, and then we'll plug it in and we'll see if it's operational. Okay, so we have the water turned on, and I'm not seeing any leaks here where we replaced the water inlet valve. I have our drain line in the bucket. So let's go over here and let's plug this in. So I hear some clicking and stuff going on. What we got here? It says add rinse aid. Looks like we've got a blinking auto. That looks normal. There's no error codes. So I think what we'll do is maybe see what happens if we just do a 9-minute rinse. We're all closed up here. Let's push the start button and see what happens. And what I'm going to be doing is just making sure this can get through the cycle with no errors. And that simply meaning that no error codes pop up on the screen, and no leaks. So far, so good. Okay, so it ran that rinse cycle with no problem at all. And as you could see from just a moment ago in the video, the draining works just fine. Everything works fine. So I think we can call this pretty well repaired. I do want to get inside. I want to take apart some of this mechanism here and just see if there's any gunk or anything down in there that I need to clean out, and maybe spray some cleaner inside here. And then the other thing that we're going to do is, and this is a trick, especially for stainless steel interior dishwashers, is we're going to set a cup of vinegar, white vinegar, right here in the top, and then we're going to run this through a complete cycle. And what that'll do is it'll help sanitize and just super clean the interior of it, and help remove any odors and things like that. So I want to do that as well. So but first let's take this panel out in the bottom. That's where a lot of the gunk and stuff that gets rinsed off dishes goes, and I just want to make sure you know, that's nice and clean down in there. So let me grab some tools and then we'll take that apart. All right, I realized that during the editing of this video that I didn't show you how I took out this mechanism in the bottom. So I'm doing this actually after this thing has been fully cleaned and sanitized, but it's fairly straightforward. You'll see these two arrows need to align during normal operation, but if we twist this away from the arrow, this whole mechanism will pull out just like that. And on the bottom of this, we have basically what amounts to a filter. Now, when I took this out right after just running a 10-minute rinse, it had all kind of gunk in it. It was pretty dirty. Same thing with this piece and this little screen piece right here as well. So I just took it to my sink in the laundry room, a laundry sink, and just took a scrub brush and scrubbed everything and cleaned it really well. And we're in good shape. So, and then as far as putting it back in, is just sliding that back on, putting this in, it just sits in, and then just like that. And then you just turn this to lock it in place so that the two arrows align. And that's it. That's all it takes. I did also pull this out. This just comes straight up. It's very simple. And I just cleaned out down inside there a little bit. And that was it. And then, of course, to install that, you just literally put it right back down in there. It just snaps in. And we're good to go. Okay, so we've got a measuring cup, a glass measuring cup inside on the top rack with a cup of vinegar in it. It just literally just set it there on the top rack. And we're going to run this through a complete normal cycle. And when it's done, we should have a nice and shiny and pretty interior on this thing. And then we're going to call it done and wrap this up. Okay, so it's the next day actually. And after I put the vinegar, a cup of vinegar in the top rack of the dishwasher and then set it on a normal cycle to run, which took over a couple hours. I got distracted and didn't get back to it the same day. But we are back again, and I've taken that little container of the vinegar was in out of the dishwasher, and I'm going to show you the interior. It is quite shiny. You can see how clean and shiny everything looks. It's just such a great way to clean the inside of a dishwasher. It's actually something that you should do every so often, just to clean and sanitize and make sure there's no scum on anything. So with that, we're going to call this for the win. And like I said earlier, I paid $40 for this, and then had to order a part, the water inlet valve. And I think I stated the wrong number in terms of how much I have into this. So it's actually $56 that I have in this dishwasher. And it honestly, it operates like brand new. So there we go. Yeah, great little project, simple repair. Shout out to Zachary, just in case he's watching this video. That's the young man that I bought this dishwasher from. And appreciate his honesty in letting me know everything that was going on with it. And again, it turns out that it was easy repair. So thanks, Zachary. Appreciate it. It's going to really help out someone. And with that, I hope everybody has a great day, a great rest of your week, and we'll see you again on the next video.